Top 1% students don't study more than you. They don't wake up at 5 a.m. every day. They don't have super memory. They're not naturally gifted. They just refuse to study the way you do. And once you see their system, you'll realize you've been working hard in the wrong direction. You don't need more hours, you need a better weapon. Here it is. Let me guess what happens. Night before the exam, you studied this topic last week. You open the page, it looks familiar, but when you try to explain it, blank. Your brain feels empty. That panic? That's not bad memory, that's bad training. You trained recognition. The exam demands recall. And if you keep training the wrong skill, you will keep getting average results. Now, let's fix it properly. Step 1. Outcome first, not notes. Average students open the book. Top students open past papers. Before they touch a chapter, they ask, what questions repeat every year? What topics are worth the most marks? What does a full mark answer actually look like? Because studying without knowing the target is ego comfort. It feels productive, but it's blind. I know a guy who studied 4 to 5 hours daily. Clean notes, color-coded, organized, scored 72%. Another guy studied 2.5 hours, started with past papers, studied only what showed up repeatedly, scored 89%. Same intelligence, different target. If you don't know what the examiner rewards, you're guessing. Top 1% students don't guess, they reverse engineer. They don't cover chapters, they master question types. And here's where 90% of students sabotage this, even the disciplined ones. They know what matters, but they still study the wrong way. Step 2. Stop studying to feel smart. Let's make this uncomfortable. If you need the book open to feel confident, you're not learning, you're rehearsing. And exams don't reward rehearsal, they reward retrieval under pressure. Most students reread because it protects their ego. It feels smooth. You understand while looking at it, but close the book? Silence. Top 1% students do the opposite. They close the book fast, then they attack the page from memory. Messy, incomplete, embarrassing. Good, because most students protect ego. Top 1% students protect performance. Here's the brutal truth. If you finish a study session and never struggle to remember, you probably didn't strengthen anything. Discomfort is data. Confusion shows you exactly where the weakness is, and weakness is the fastest place to grow. This is a step your ego will try to skip because it exposes you. But if you skip it, you're training to recognize information, not produce it. And production is what gets marks. But even students who use recall still stay average. Why? Because they sit at their desk like it's a waiting room. Let's fix that. Step 3. If your phone is in the room, you're not studying. Let's stop pretending. If your phone is on your desk, face down, just in case, you're not studying. You're negotiating with distraction. Top students remove negotiation. Phone outside the room, not silent, not flipped, gone. Now here's the part most people misunderstand. It's not about studying longer, it's about intensity. Average students measure time. Top students measure intensity. 3 brutal 50-minute sessions beat 6 lazy hours every time. And brutal means 1 subject, 1 objective, 0 tabs open, 0 music with lyrics. You attack 1 outcome, then you stop, reset, go again. Because focus isn't unlimited, it's a weapon, and weapons overheat. If you study for 4 straight hours, your last 2 are ego padding. You're being near work, not doing work. Be honest, how many of your study hours are just proximity to effort? Exactly. But here's the part that really separates top 1%. It's not how they study when things go right, it's what they do when they get things wrong. And this is where most students quietly choose to stay average. Step 4. The mistake log, the ego killer. Top students track every mistake, not in their head, on paper, because memory lies. After every practice session, they ask, why did I lose marks? Not just what was correct. Why did I lose marks? Concept gap, careless mistake, rush timing, misread question. Patterns appear fast. You'll notice you always mess up long explanations, or you panic in calculations, or you rush the last page. Most students never see patterns because they never look. They finish a test, check the score, feel bad, move on. Top students don't move on, they zoom in. And yes, it hurts because now you can't pretend you're almost there. Your weaknesses are visible, but discomfort is data, and data creates control. 48 hours later, they redo those exact weak questions under timed conditions. If it's fixed, it leaves the log. If not, it stays. Weakness becomes target practice, not insecurity. And this is where rankings start to shift, because while average students chase new chapters, top students eliminate recurring errors one by one. But even this system breaks down if you rely on last-minute intensity, and that's the next trap most students fall into. Step 5. Stop cramming like it's a personality trait. Here's the pattern. You study something, it feels clear, you don't touch it again for 10 days, then before the exam, you panic and relearn everything. That's not bad memory, that's eagle scheduling. You only revisit things when fear forces you. Top 1% students don't wait for fear, they schedule forgetting. And no, not in some complicated day 1, 3, 7, 14 aesthetic planner way. Simple rule, if you studied it today, you must fight to recall it again within 48 hours, then again within a week. Not reread, recall, close book, write what you remember, patch the gaps. Done. 5 minutes, 10 max. That tiny review resets the forgetting curve. Miss it, and your brain downgrades the topic to unimportant. Do this across subjects and something crazy happens. Before exams, you're reviewing, not relearning. That's the difference between calm students and panicking ones. Cramming feels intense. Spaced recall feels boring. That's why average students cram. They're addicted to urgency. Top students are addicted to control. But even with perfect recall and reviews, you can still collapse in the exam hall. And this is where it gets uncomfortable again. Step 6. Train under pressure or stay fragile. Most students experience real exam pressure only in the actual exam. Read that again. You train for months, but you only simulate the real environment once. That's insane. That's like preparing for a boxing match by watching fight highlights. Top students simulate weekly. Time paper, no notes, strict marking, no excuses. And here's the key. They mark brutally. No, I kind of knew that. No, I would have written that. If it's not on the page, it doesn't exist. Then they analyze immediately. Where did I slow down? Where did I panic? Which question drained time? Which section exposed weakness? This builds two things: skill and emotional tolerance. The first time your brain goes blank on their time pressure, it's terrifying. The fifth time, it's routine. Calm students aren't calm by personality. They're calm by exposure. While others freeze, you've seen the movie before. Same format, same stress, same clock ticking. That's why it feels like cheating, because you're not reacting, you're executing. Start with the exam, reverse engineer. Close the book, force recall, remove your phone, study with intensity. Track every mistake, hunt patterns, revisit topics before you forget, control the curve. Simulate pressure weekly. Train like it's real. No aesthetic setup, no study vibes, just ruthless optimization. Let's be honest, you don't need more motivation. You need to admit your current habit isn't working. Students with your intelligence are ahead, not gifted, just structured. Ignore this and nothing dramatic happens. You just stay average. Same effort, same frustration. So decide, fix your method or protect the habit that's costing you marks. And if you're serious, watch the study habit everyone thinks works but doesn't. That one might expose you. Good.